good, everybody? Welcome to an Epic My Damn Toys video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new WWE Action Figure Surgery episode for you guys going into the weekend. Very hyped for today's episode. I think it is going to be a pretty damn good one, Brad. I think we got some good switches here. We're going to show you how to fix up your Survivor Series Elite Kane. If you guys got that figure, we got the Top Talents Kofi that we're going to do a couple swaps with, and we got some other things in here that I want to take care of here today, but I think it's going to be a successful day. I think we're going to knock some things out, and I have a custom to show you, or a couple customs. We're going to work on one of them, but one of the customs is super fire that I posted on Instagram yesterday. If you guys saw that. If you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing, Brad? If you don't have Instagram, make one and then follow me. What are you doing, Brad? What are you, a girl or something? But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and dive into what we're going to do here today, because I think it's going to be a pretty damn good football day, Brad. I think, you know, we got football day tomorrow and Sunday, but today is going to be a good football day because we got football to do. So let's go ahead and dive into the first guy on the stretcher, right? Because it's Survivor Series Elite Kane. We're going to touch up this guy a lot. We got a lot of things to do to this guy. I'm noticing the neck is like non-existent. It's like the head's kind of pivoty, weirdy stuff. But anyways, here is the Survivor Series Elite Kane. The first thing that we're going to do, guys, is switch out the arms, because these arms are way too damn skinny for Kane, man. That's just, it's too lean, man. Kane was jacked in the early 2000s. I mean, he's always been pretty jacked. I mean, he's a freaking giant, but especially in the early 2000s, man, I mean, this guy needs bigger arms. So we're going to put these Brock Lesnar arms on here, and that's going to make him look much more beefy like our Kane back there. Just look how much better that looks back there compared to these long, lean, skinny arms. So we're going to put these Brock Lesnar arms onto the Kane figure, and that's not all we're going to do. We're also going to be switching the gauntlets over, because you guys know they put the long gauntlet on the wrong side, so we're going to put this gauntlet onto the left arm, this gauntlet over here. We're going to interchange the hand. Now, we are going to pop this hand out, and we're going to replace it, and I don't know how well this Goldberg hand's going to go in there, so that may be a little bit challenging, but I'm going to put this Goldberg hand in here because if you guys notice, it has the black peg, right? This has the black peg. I'm going to sand down this glove, make it look a little bit leaner, not as UFC looking, and then paint that black and seal that up. That way it will look like a black choke slamming hand to plug into the Brock Lesnar arm. That way we will have a, you know, full glove look with the black peg, and it will replace that. That's not all that's wrong with this Kane figure. Not only do we want to replace the, you know, get the gauntlets and hands situated, I'm going to Dremel these boots down to make them laceless. We're going to make these boots laceless, and then I'm going to show you guys the trick. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it in the videos before, but it's the acetone Dremel trick where you can make this smooth and make it more accurate to his actual boots. They kind of have a gloss to them, so I don't know if I want to hit these with the gloss, you know, Mod Podge, because, I mean, you guys can see it's kind of shimmering already. I don't want to make it, like, super duper shiny, but I don't know. We'll see what that's about. I thought about adding red to the mask right here, because there's, like, a little black dot on the mask, if you guys can see that. Right under the left eye right here, there's a little black dot on top of the mask. I may fix that up as well. But there is Kane. We're definitely going to do all these fix-ups to Kane, because I got to get that knocked out. Oh, yeah, well, I forgot. We got to add the studs to the belt, too. We're also going to add the studs to the belt, and I'm using this as reference. That's why this Kane is here, is just for reference to what we want this one to look like. So there is that. So we got to get all of this ish out of my face, and then this Kane. This head sculpt's fantastic, by the way. Look at that head sculpt. God in heaven, that's a Kane head sculpt, Brad. R3 Tech Jacks, baby, yeah. Next up, guys, before we get into the rest of the stuff, I wanted to showcase this custom Elite Bray Wyatt fix-up. So what I did is I took a Fiend Elite, and I head swapped it for the Elite 54 Bray Wyatt head, and then I painted the crotch black, sealed it up with matte Mod Podge, and then added the Elite 54 legs, and gave him the head lantern, and it just kind of looks like an old school mixture. Way better looking Bray. You guys know how, like, skinny and kind of, I don't know, just not flattering the other Bray Wyatt was? This one looks much better. He is 6'3". I think it looks good. I'm actually really happy with the way this turned out. I think this looks fantastic. I can't wait to use this. He also has a busted open head from Hell's Gate, so that looks good. So this is what he'll look like on Vindication, if you guys were wondering. This is what Bray Wyatt will look like, but I did want to show this off because this looks beautiful. If you guys wanted to do that fix-up yourselves, there it is. Next up, guys, what we're going to be doing is we're going to take our Top Talents Kofi Kingston. Now, I think this one's going to be a really sick fix-up. I'm not completely finished with it in my head just yet, but I still think it's going to look pretty badassery. We're going to take his last Elite. You guys know this fix-up that I really love with the bronzish, goldish feet with the white outsoles on the USA gear. We're going to switch the arms on these guys. So these arms over here. So this Kofi right here with the America attire will have the blue sleeves that will tie in perfectly with the rest of the attire. And I think I'm going to switch the head sculpts because I think the blonde hair on the USA gear will also look pretty damn fire. And I think these arms and head sculpt will look good over here. I think that'll tie in perfectly as well. So that's just going to be a nice nice little simple fix-up that I think will tie in greatly, and that will be beautiful. So there's Kofi, and then we also are going to be taking my, this is like my 8th Elite 74 Finn Balor, right? Because I always be collecting those. You know how I be. We're going to take this figure, and we're going to switch the lower legs and kick pads with this Finn Balor, the ringside exclusive Elite 74 fix-up, and you're probably wondering, well, Brad, that's the same exact damn thing. Why would you switch those lower legs and kick pads? And the reason is because he doesn't have the stripes, and I think the stripes would make it look better. So the stripes here with the gold accents are going to go onto the ringside exclusive fix-up, and then I'm going to be putting these Seth Rollins lower legs over onto this. So it's going to be like a black and red full attire. So I have a black and red kick pad with the black and red attire and tights, and his arms have white wrist tape. We are going to switch these arms out with black wrist tape, Finn Balor arms. So that will be another fix-up and stuff that we do right there. You guys can say we got a lot of surgery to get through today. We're doing lots of things. We got lots of things to get through. And the only reason that Seth Rollins is over here off screen is I'm going to take the red pegs out of his lower legs, and I'm going to replace them with black pegs. I have black pegs that I'm going to be using for him, so this will bother me less than the Finn Balor because I don't want the black pegs showing through on the Finn Balor, but I don't mind it on this because it ties into the kick pads and it's a whole thing. So we'll be doing that fix up. And then finally, guys, you guys will see this random guy right here. This is going to be my Brad figure. We've been trying to work on Brad getting a head sculpt and a figure done forever, and so we're going to use this as our Brad head sculpt. This is the Firefly Funhouse. Oh my god, his glasses fell, and oh my god in heaven, I don't know where the hell they went. Okay, I found them. That would have been tragic. But this head sculpt kind of looks like my brother, especially if you put glasses on it. So I'm not worried about the hair. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to repaint the beard and the eyebrows because my brother has darker hair than this, so we're going to make that black. And then what I'm going to do is just stick this hat on here. I'll probably seal that up, and then I will pop the head sculpt off, and we got to find a body for it. I don't know what body we're going to use yet, but my brother is always wearing a White Sox hat because he's a big White Sox fan, so I'm going to get a decal made for the White Sox logo, and then we'll finish this up later, but that is something we're going to do. And we're also going to be super gluing these glasses on here. Probably not today. I don't think I'm going to super glue the glasses today because I don't know what body I'm going to put this head sculpt on. And then if we super glue this to the thing and then we try to heat up the head sculpt and pop it and switch it over, the glue will melt and the glasses will fall off and will ruin it, so there's no point in doing that. But I do want to touch this up and make that black and see if it'll look any more like my brother than it already does. Honestly, need to probably paint the eyes, but I'm not looking forward to that. I don't know what we'll do about that, but let's just shut the hell up and get started on our surgery. How about that? Alright guys, what we're going to start off with first is the Kofi Kingston fix-up. So we're going to start off with this head sculpt and his arm. So all we have to do is stack on top the lower leg, not the lower legs, the head sculpt and the arms of the Kofi Kingston. Hopefully we don't run into any troubles with these figures. Hopefully, you know, it's all smooth sailing from here with these. I tried to figure out what figure I could switch the black and white feet for. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know down in the comment section below. But on top of that, I guess we can, what should we do? I mean, I guess we could go ahead and switch out the Kane arms, right? Because I mean, there's no reason that we couldn't just go ahead and knock that out because it's right here, you know? So yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and start off with that as well. So we're going to plant that right there. Hopefully this will be doable. Get the wheelchair out of my mouth. All right, we're going to put that there. We're also going to, I mean, we might be able to get the Finn Balor arms as well. So I'm just going to stick that in there. We also have the Brock Lesnar arms that we got to stick in the way of the hair dryer because we got to put those on just like so. And then while we're at it, we might as well take the jacket. Again, if you're going to be switching arms or whatever, anytime you're switching like cloth or rubber, like vests and covers and stuff, just go ahead and remove it, man. It's not worth ruining these nice cloth, nice rubber accessories that we get. Nice rubber accessories. Who am I kidding, Brad? But alright, we got the Finn Balor arms moved up right there. We're just going to plant this right here. And again, we're going to have to heat up the lower legs and kick pads of this Finn Balor anyways, so I'm not going to heat that up right now because we have like, I think 3 sets of lower legs to heat up, but maybe we can get all of this switched out and then we'll move on to our next steps of fixing up the rest of it, and then we'll move on to the rest of our Kane fix up, and then we'll do all the painting stuff last because I feel like that's probably the best case scenario. But let's go ahead and heat all this ish up. Alright Alright guys, let's go ahead and just start off with the top figure and work our way down. So the first thing we got to do is pop off the Kane arms. So we'll go ahead and pop those off, and we'll just go, we'll just go one by one because that's probably the best way to do so. So we'll just start off bam, bam, bam. Next up is I'm not really worried about that. Let's go ahead and try to pop off the Kofi arms. So yeah, we're just going to go down the freaking assembly line right here. Ooh, I don't know about that. Ooh, I don't know if I trust that head sculpt. Terrible, terrible. Hate to see it. These arms, pop these off. That one really didn't get heated up the way I wanted it to, but will this head sculpt come off? Ooh, I don't trust that either. We'll heat that up at the same time, so let's go ahead and switch these arms over, and then we'll move on to the rest of them. So here is the one Kofi arm, and going up here, switching on the other Kofi arm. Again, I hate the head sculpts didn't get heated up. That freaking sucks eggs. But over here, go ahead and pop that on there, and then coming over here and popping these over here. I think a black sleeve would work as well, or a blue sleeve, like full sleeve, like off of, what was that figure? Off the Jeff Hardy, like if you used Jeff Hardy arms on this, that would probably look good as well. And it would look good on the Elite 60, but we're going to have to reheat up those heads. That sucks, but it is what it is. Now, over here, we do have to take off the hands as well, because I don't like those big chokeslam hands, man. I like the mic holding hands for my Finn Balors. So we're going to pop off the chokeslam hands. I don't know why they give them chokeslam hands, man. Give them mic holding hands. But there is that. We'll pop these hands out, and we will pop these into the Finn Balor Elite 74. So you guys can already kind of see what we're going for here. We have the black wrist tape arms on the Finn Balor now, so that's moving on to the next step. The Brock Lesnar arms here, gonna have to pop that out of there, and pop that out of there, and then we gotta pop the hands out. Getting that off that. The gauntlets, same thing for the left arm, so we'll pop the glove out, pop the wrist gauntlet off, come over here to the Kane, go ahead and pop the big beefy arm on there, the other big beefy arm, and then we'll come over here to the Kane here, and again, you're going to pop the hands out, you're going to slide the gauntlet off, go over here to the glove side, slide this on. It's going to fit it more securely too because the arm's beefier, so we'll slide that up in there like that. Then switching over here, pull out the gloved hand, switch out the gauntlet, put it on the Brock Lesnar arm like so. Now this is where it's going to get tricky. Will these hands interchange with this? I mean, I guess it fits in there, and maybe as it cools off, it'll get a little bit tighter, but there it is. Look at that. Much better, Brad. Oh my goodness. But now, remember, we're not putting this gloved hand back in here because we're going to customize our own hand, but I guess we can put it in there for now. God, look how loosey-goosey that is. How garbage. I guess if, you know, if it ends up sucking, we could just put this Lesnar hand up in here and then customize the Lesnar hand because I'm pretty sure the Lesnar, oh my Jesus. Where did that go? Pretty sure the Lesnar hand and the Goldberg hand are the exact same mold. So that really wouldn't be the biggest issue, but I don't know where the hell that freaking hand just went. God in heaven. That's why you don't... being so reckless. Well, I found another one, so joke's on you, Brad. Idiot. So, alright, our next order of business is getting this Kane back here, I guess. We can take our little mini fodder pile and kind of scoot it into a pile right there. This hand still has to be worked on, so we can put that there. We do have to switch out our Kofi head sculpts, and we do still have to heat up our lower legs of our Finn Balor right here, so I am going to go ahead and plant that right there, and we're going to take our Kofi head and put that right here, just like so, and then the same thing up here. I'm liking the way this looks already. Like those blue sleeves, nice touch, Brad. Like even if I left it like this, it would look super fire, but I am going to take it one step further and we're going to heat up the Kofi heads while heating up the Finn Balor lower legs, and then we also have to heat up our other Finn Balor lower legs. Even though we're heating up the lower legs, I'm still going to remove the jacket because it's the best thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. You don't want to ruin the nice cloth goods jacket. So again, we're going to get that out of there. We're going to put the lower legs of the Balor in the way of the Heat, the Miami Heat. About to get their ass whooped again tonight by the LA Lakers, baby. Let's get it. Been a Laker fan my whole life. I'm not a LeBron bandwagon, alright? It's Kobe overall. Been watching him since I was a little kid, and we're about to get this ring. We're doing it for Kobe this year, boys. Alright, that should be good right there. Should I go ahead and heat up the lower legs of the Rollins? Probably, but I don't want it to... You know what I've never done? I've never heated up a figure while it was standing. How the hell would that go, Brad? Would it just like fall over? I wonder how that would go. Kind of want to test it. And then we got to heat up these lower legs as well. I don't know how well this is going to go. Watch the Kofi head sculpts not even get heated up. It's going to piss me right off. I promise you that. Jeez, Brad. This looks like a nightmare. But we're going to try it anyway, Brad. We're going to definitely try it anyway. And we're going to see what happens with it. And I guess I'll see you guys on the other side. We got to switch out these lower legs. We got to get these hands fixed. Still lots of work here to do. So let's get it going. Alright guys, the Seth Rollins never fell over. You know, I thought he would just fall flat on his face right here. It didn't happen, but his pegs did get heated up, so we are going to pop those pegs out because I'm going to need those for the Finn Balor. His legs are on fire, which is a good symbol, meaning that his legs actually did get heat on them, so that makes me happy. I do have my black pegs over here to fix this. I'm really not worried about fixing it at this juncture, so I'm not going to waste any more time. As I'm wasting time, as the Kofi Kingston head sculpts continue to just rot over there and not be fixed, which is going to make me upset if they're not ready, but let's go ahead and pop the Finn Balor lower legs out just like so. I'm going to leave the white pegs because there's no point in switching out the pegs. We just need the lower legs for another day. So there is that. We also need these to go up here. Don't need that right now. Popping the Kofi head sculpt off. That was hot as doo-doo balls. And then we have the other head sculpt, popping that off. Go ahead and switch this. We're going to be done with the Kofi, so this is going to be very nice. Hopefully this, hey, good. Got that? Jesus, heaven Lord and heaven Lord. That is hot. All right, popping the other Kofi head sculpt onto the top talents. Got that. Now our Kofis are done. I'll let you guys look at that in a moment's time when we're done with everything. All right, next up, we got to heat up or we don't have to heat up. We just have to pop off. Got to pop these off, and we actually do not need these white pegs in here because we're going to use the red pegs from the Seth Rollins over there. So this peg needs to get out of my mouth because we got to put this on the other Finn Balor because the other peg, you know what? God in heaven. All right, let's see if we can get this. Pop this lower leg over here. God in heaven. Knee pad's getting in the way. God, it's so freaking hot, man. All right, we got the one side. Now, can we get the other side? Ah, freaking knee pad in my mouth. You know what? I just popped off the kick pad, and I'm going to remove this knee pad because it's literally in my mouth. I cannot get it. It's in my face. I can't freaking get it on there. It's pissing me the hell off. All right, getting the knee pad out of my face actually did help, and we got it. So we got the one lower leg on there. Now we're going to go over here to the other one, and I guess we don't need this peg here. We'll just switch the pegs because this one wants to be an idiot and won't come out of the damn leg. And now it's cooling off. Christ. You know what? Moving on to the next one. Man, that pisses me off. All right, let's get the old red peg into the leg. Leg and peg rhymed right there. Unintentional, but it happened. All right, get the Seth Rollins lower leg over here. This is looking like a reheat, Brad. Freaking leftovers on Tuesday night. Reheat. I think I need to go walk. I need to go for a walk. I popped these knee pads off, but they have that little lip at the top of the kick pad because they're the Seth Rollins mold, and that would F you. It would tear the knee pads straight up, so there's no point. I am about to lose my gosh darn face, Brad. I'm getting this out of here. I don't like sticking the kick pads on like this. It's terrible. How about that, hoe bag? All right, we're heating that up, I'm not going to waste this one simple heat. So what we're going to do is we need to heat up something else, but is that all we needed to heat? Was that the only... Is this the last thing we're doing with heat and then we're moving on? Ugh. Well, that's just terrific. Heat all this up, get it switched. Might as well do it because we got to do it. Might as well just get it done. Alright guys, let's see if this does the trick now. I'm going to go ahead and put the white kick pad over on the Finn Balor over here. Oh my god in heaven. Bro, you know what we need to do? Somebody needs to just do an ultimate. If anybody out there is an editor or can edit or can take the time to download all the action figure surgery episodes, go download every single one of them as we complete the Balor right here. Go download every single action figure surgery and somebody make a heat reactions video from every single episode. Every god in heaven, every like reaction to a hairdryer moment. God, that would be awesome. I would love to post that up as like an ultimate compilation. Someone do that. But we got the kick pads and lower legs over on the Finn Balor. So now we're going to move over to the Seth Rollins side of the Finn Balor lower legs. And we're going to just push that through like so. And then go over here and do the same thing. And then we will move on to our next business, which I don't even know what the next business is. But another good thing about this Finn Balor swap is now we have some extra white lower legs and kick pads to put on something else to make, you know, a fancy tire or make like a really cool something. So that is the very positive to doing this swap. Not only do you get like a couple different looks, but you also get the all-white look for a future fix-up or custom, so that'll be nice to see. But let's go ahead and see if we can get this-ish into here, just like so, and we got it. Alright, so our Finn Balor's are done, and we're going to move on to our next set of business, which I don't even know what the hell that is at this juncture. We're going to have to figure that the hell out. Alright, I guess the next business is to finish our Kane. I think everything else is done besides Brad's head sculpt and the Kane. So we got to paint the belt, we got to fix the gloved hand, we got to paint the mask, and then we got to paint Brad's head sculpt. So should we just go ahead and hit like a... I guess what I'm going to do is go ahead and sand down this hand, acetone it, get it flat and nice. Then I'm going to paint this hand, seal this hand up, put this hand into the Kane over here, right there. Then we'll move on to the boots, sanding the boots, acetoning the boots, and then we'll go into all the paint we got to do. And I guess I'll just time-lapse it. I'll just time-lapse all that stuff, and I will see you guys on the other side of it when everything is completed, and we'll showcase everything. So I guess we're just going to hit the time-lapse, showcase all the work being done, and then see you guys at the finish line. I don't know how much of that you got, but here is everything completed here for action figure surgery. Pretty successful day. I think everything turned out about like I figured it would. I think that, you know, all of it turned out pretty freaking fantastic. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Here is the Elite 60 Kofi Kingston. I think it's Elite 60. I could be wrong, but with the blonde head sculpt, the blue sleeves on this already foot swap, you know, Elite 60 USA attire, very clean. The blonde tying in with the America attire and the blue sleeves is super sick nasty. You know, I don't always want the Xavier Woods armband, but what do you you going to do about it? I still like it. I mean, I guess I could acetone it off, but it's not the biggest deal. Another thing that's worth noting is that they shifted the tattoo. Look at that. On a regular arm, they shifted the freaking tattoo down so it wouldn't be covered. I don't know, man. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. It's just funny. But there is that one, and then here is the other, the head swap here, and at first I thought his neck peg was all messed up. It just kind of looks like he has no neck for a certain angle, but I don't know. Are you guys getting that, or am I just tripping? But the attire looks really good. I like the white wrist tape with this attire. I think the attire works well. The black with the white outsoles with the white wrist tape and the Kofi head. I think it works. It still works completely. Both fix-ups look great, and I'm okay with that. I think both Kofis turned out great. The Kofi Kingston fix-ups are underrated, man. I mean, that's just straight up. Next up, guys, is the two Finn Balor fix-ups. These are super fire. I love the red one, the red and black with the red and black and gold attire looks really good. The lower legs in red looks good as well. I'm completely satisfied with this. It does make him a tad shorter, maybe, but not, you know, nothing to write home about. You'd still get away with it. If anything, it's probably a little bit more accurate in height. And then on the ringside exclusive fix-up with the Elite 74 kick pads is just dirty. I know I already had the white lower legs and white kick pads, but when you add that to it, that's just super clean. That's already a sick fix-up with this head sculpt and white wrist tape and everything, but when you add these lower legs to it and everything, these are two clean-ass fix-ups. This is why we love to fix up. This is why we do surgery right here, for fix-ups like these. Next up is the Brad head sculpt. Now, you guys can be the judge right here. I think it looks like him for sure. I'll try to bring up that image on the screen for you guys so you guys can see. I think once we get the White Sox logo on there, I actually did not only repaint the hair, but I did repaint the eyes as well, and I think it's going to work. We put the White Sox logo on the hat, and I think we're going to be perfect. I think, you know, we put it on the right body. I don't want him wearing this at ringside, so we'll have to find him something to wear. I don't know if he'll wear, you know, like, I don't know. We'll figure it out, but the Brad head sculpt looks pretty damn good. I'm pretty satisfied with that. He is going to wear the hat. You know, he made a point to me that Paul Heyman used to rock the hat on commentary, and I couldn't challenge that because it's completely accurate. But let's get into our Kane. Now, we didn't touch up that Kane over there, but this is our final result. We fixed up the mask a little bit. We did do the arm swap. We got the gauntlet switched over. We did put that Brock Lesnar glove over here, and I did seal it up, so that is all good and dandy. The gloved hand looks great. The belt studs are painted on there. That looks absolutely great. And then finally, we did shave off all of that stuff on the boots, gave them the slick boots, and we sealed it in gloss Mod Podge to give it that glossy Kane look. And my God, what a fix-up, Brad. If you compare this to what it used to look like, this is definitely a superior figure in my opinion. And you know, that's what surgery is about. Taking a figure that Mattel gives us, making it better, making it more improved, making it more accurate. That's the whole point of it. That's why we do appointments and surgery. But that is going to do it for everything we did here on Action Figure Surgery. Pretty successful day. I think it was a successful day. You guys can let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Which of these is your favorite? Do you think the Brad head sculpt works? Again, we got to get a different body on there, but I think we're cooking with peanut oil. I love everything. Fantastic farticles. See you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more epic WWE figure videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MyDamnToys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.